Hey, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm bringing you some terrible news. Um, in the last video I made, and many videos I've made, I had my dog, Brumble. It's one of those videos that I want to share to the world of my loss of my dog. People do that. I'm one of those people that kind of just open up and say, yeah, on Halloween of this year, October 31st, 2025, I took my dog to the vets because I thought he had a stomach problem, and it turns out he had cancer in his abdomen and in other places as well. And I want to spare you the details, but I knew something was wrong the day before I took him to the vet because he was drooling and having diarrhea at the same time. Um, he's known to have accidents in the house because of his kidneys. So when he pees on the floor, it's not really new to me, but I'm pretty on top of it, as well as my girlfriend and my mom and my grandmother. But for the past few days, it's been really difficult. And when I started noticing that he's vomiting water, I started getting really scared. So in about 3 to 4 days, I'm at the vets. I wanted to take him sooner, but the vets would not see him sooner. But on Halloween, I was begging. I'm trying to get him in. They're like, okay, we'll see him, but we'll see him when we're done seeing everybody else. So finally, for the past 2 to 3 days, finally he's getting seen. I wanted to take him to the emergency room, but I digress. These people know my dog. They have his files. They know his ailments, which some of them are kidney problems and heart murmur, things like that. This is everything to me, and I bring him in, and turns out, like I said, cancer. My last video, he was just there with me, just latching on to me. He usually doesn't do that. On the day when I took him to the vets, he just let me hold him in my arms. He was with me all day. He was with me pretty much for the past 4 days until the day I took him to the vets when I had to put him down, which I refused to put him on the bed. I held him and we did the routine where I tell him, I do a good night routine with him since he was a puppy, which consisted of every word I say in between, I kiss him. So it was, and this is very special to me, but silly to people out of context, but it's very special. It's I love you, my Brumble. You're enough, and I love you. Everybody loves you. Good night, sweet dreams. You're enough. Give me a kiss. And he gives me a kiss, and I say, "Oh, the best goodnight kisses." And we did that again as they did their thing, which I put my finger out, and then I said, "Okay, do it," because he kissed me, and then I just kept kissing him until he was gone. And then I was in that room for 35 minutes way longer. What am I talking about? I got there around 4 o'clock, 4:15. I didn't leave until, I believe it was 5:45 p.m. And, I'm one of those people that even though I know he's not physically in his body, he's with me, and I held him for a while. My mom was with me, and that was it. And then my mom, I asked her to, do her thing, but then I wanted alone time with my dog. And so I did that. Well, now it's November 7th. And a lot of things have been really difficult. As I stated many times and on July 18th, I started having seizures. Let me tell you, the stress and everything, being diagnosed with, I'm just going to call it PMG, polymicrogyra, PMG, epilepsy at 33. Never had these problems before, um, but I've been having like the focal seizures for a while. Just, watch my videos if you want to look into that. This is about my dog, and the absence of him has hit me so great. Things I want to mention is that him and I spent so much time together for 14 years. Um, there were many times, how do I want to say this? You know how a lot of you probably understand this, how home life isn't great, how friends or family can't visit, but you have your dog or your cat or your whatever, and you have them. And so, like, you have them, and you can't even imagine what it would be like in the situation you're in at home if you didn't have this pet that just gracefully just landed in your arms. How I got him, my dad just showed up with this dog one day, and actually, my mom and my grandmother were against it, but I went to therapy that day. I was like 19, and my therapist was like, no, you should keep the dog, to my mom, and we kept the dog, and it literally kept me sane, because without giving details, between when I was 21 until maybe last year or two, my home life, no, until, yeah, until about 2023, my home life was fucking hell. I did have friends that came over, sometimes stayed with me for a while, but in the end, there was a lot of time with just me and my dog, celebrating some holidays just with me and my dog. There's videos of me and my dog counting down the New Year countdown together, Christmas together, and very sweet. Some of it, one of them is on YouTube, but as you can see, it's just us. Things like that. Um, he was everything to me. Everything. Now I have um, a stable home, um, just not a stable body, not a stable mindset. Uh, and I don't know what life has in store for me, but it seems as though a part of me has left, uh, and I wasn't ready. But in honor of him, I want to say thank you, Rumble. Thank you for allowing me to love you, to end up in my arms. It's an honor to ache this much for you. I will never forget you. I talk to you every day, of course. I smell your harness, your leash, your pillows, your blankets all the time. I have your ashes coming soon. I'm waiting for that. But you are, and will always be everything to me. And I'm okay with a part of me leaving when you left. That's a high honor. It's a high honor to hurt, to ache. And for those that are struggling as well, um, it is a love that is endless and pure. I know they don't live long like us, but it is an amazing trade to have a endless love. It's an endless love, and it's a trade I am willing to make for a short life. To have an endless love, an unbreakable bond, so worth it. Thank you, Brumble. Thank you for all the things. Thank you for every animal out there that has done the same for everybody. Thank you.